once again welcome back to my YouTube channel, Hoogar Social Academy, to all my viewers. Dear, in the last session, we have reached up to the about English as well as about the French. And as I said, that in this period, I'm going to make you to understand related to the clashes which happened between the English as well as between the French in the form of Carnatic Wars. But with that simultaneously, now before moving to that, what we are going to learn in this session today or in this class is about the First Carnatic War, which was fought from the 1746 to 48, the Second Carnatic War from 1749 to 54, the Third Carnatic War 1756 to 63, and now after this completion of this war between the English and between the French, now these two wars between the native ruler and between the English in the form of Battle of Plassey in the 1757, Battle of Buxar 1764. Dear 17, 17, 17, 17, 17. This all shows what it is that here there is a clash, there is a fight for the establishment of supremacy in the country called as India, and where English remain upper hand. So let us understand about in what way these three Carnatic Wars were being fought. Okay, now as I said you that the three Carnatic War which have been there, they are fought between the English as well as between the French. Both of them, both of them want to expand their empire, and both of them want to end up each other to make supreme power. French want English to be out of the country. English want French to be out of the country. So one's rule should be there. Keeping this in the mind, they even know their power. How much he is powerful, how much he is powerful. Keeping that in the mind, now they both are even engaged to develop a good cordial relationship with the native rulers of this country in the southern part of India, Carnatic. Okay, this created the enmity more between the English as well as between the French for their power. Now let us understand one by one what happened. One by one what happened. So here now let us first begin with the which one, with the First Carnatic War, which was fought in the 1746 to 48. So I will just little bit rub this, okay, so that we can go with one topic, and whichever topic will be there, I will write on the way on the board. Okay, now let us begin with the which one, with the First Carnatic War, which was fought between 1746 to 48. Even while in this section, my dear students, I suggest you, whether you are in your classrooms, in the school hours, it's one of the best suggestion to all my viewers that always keep a small notebook and a small pen with you, so that wherever you feel that this point is very important point, you can write down it. Moreover, slowly by listening, you can also carry on writing work, which further later help you while reading. Automatically the words which you have listened, it will reach up to your brain, and it will make you very easy to understand the topic. Okay, now let us come to the First Carnatic War 1746 to 1748. It was been fought. Okay. Now there is a French military leader. There is a French military leader, okay, called La Bourdonnais. La Bourdonnais, the French military leader. Okay. Now this French military leader, what he did, La Bourdonnais, who is a French military leader. Okay. This French military leader, who belongs to the Mauritius, attacked on the place called as Madras. Attacked on the place called as Madras. Okay, French leader La Bourdonnais attacked on the place called as Madras and captured it. And what he did, he captured it. English, English, who lost the place called as Madras, he want to take it back. So takes English, okay, reaches to English reaches up to Nawab Anwaruddin. Reaches up to Nawab Anwaruddin, who is a Nawab of which place? Carnatic. Who is the Nawab of Carnatic. Okay. And on the request of the English, Nawab Anwaruddin sends his army to the place called as Madras. On the request of English, right? English secures the help or takes the help from Nawab Anwaruddin to take the place called as Madras, and Anwaruddin attacks on the place, sends its military and attacks on the place called as Madras, but was defeated. But was defeated. This caused what it is. This caused what it is that, right? English, who desperately want the place called as a Madras. Another side, what we have seen that a French military leader called La Bourdonnais Urinal. This person who is here, this person, what he does, he takes money from English. La Bourdonnais, what he does, takes money from English and returns Madras to the English. Returns Madras to whom? To the English. Okay. La Bourdonnais, a French military leader who took the place called as Madras, captured it. English, who want the place called as Madras, he takes the help of the Nawab Anwaruddin. Nawab Anwaruddin sends his army to the Madras, but could not able to take it. He was defeated. His army was being defeated. English get back its place called as Madras. It's because of La Bourdonnais, a French military leader from the Mauritius, takes the money and move back to the way to the Mauritius. Now the French who won the place called as Madras, once again he lost the place called as Madras. And at last to overcome all this, it was French and English who decided to end up the war by signing a treaty called Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle. By signing the Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle, which ended the clash between the English and between the French, but not for a long period of a time. Short period of a time, temporary, the war comes to an end. In this way, the First Carnatic War, which began from the 1746 to 48, comes to an end, and the result, Madras remained with whom? With the English, or Madras remained with the British. So in this part, we can understand that the place which was lost, once again it was regained by the whom? By the British. Okay, now as I said, the peace is what? It's a small temporary. It is the peace is what? It is temporary. Now the British, right, as well as the French, the British as well as the French, both of them don't want to sit quiet. Both of them don't want to sit quiet. Both of them want their supremacy. So keeping that in the mind, what we found that once again the clash took place, which we call it as a Second Carnatic War. Again between whom? Again between the English as well as between the French, from the period of 1749 to the period of 1754. Okay, this is the Second Carnatic War which happened. Now, as I said, both know that how much they are powerful. So keeping that in the mind, they engage themselves in the way to improve their power by joining the hands with the native rulers who are here. Okay, native rulers in the sense those rulers who are from here on, from this soil. Okay, they are not outer persons, they are from here side. They are having their small empire with their small army, with their small territory, and they are ruling very happily. But it was the British, it was the French, to for their selfishness. It's because they both are clashing with each other and they both want to throw each other outside. In this part, it has been found that they went into the joining the hands with our native rulers and they started improving. Now, here, our Second Carnatic War, how it dear students, as let us learn related to the Second Carnatic War, which fought in the year 1749 to the 54. Now, in the Second Carnatic War, now it's about Salbat Jung. It's about Salbat Jung, a native ruler. Salbat Jung, a native ruler. He was been made. He was been made as a Nizam of Hyderabad. He's been made as a Nizam of Hyderabad. Who? Salbat Jung was made as a Nizam of Hyderabad by French. Okay, and to help this person, for the protection of this person, French, what they did, they appointed Bussy, a French commander. Who is this? A French commander. Bussy was been stationed in the where, in the place called as Hyderabad, only for the protection of whom? Protection of the Salbat Jung. And another side, it's happening in the where, in the Karnataka and Hyderabad region. It's happening there. Okay, Salbat Jung, who has been made Nizam of Hyderabad by the French, and for the protection of him, Bussy was being appointed. Bussy is a French commander. Now, and another side at the Carnatic, Chand Sahib. Chand Sahib, he becomes Chand Sahib, he becomes now Nawab of Carnatic. Who? See there, see how there is an interference of the British and French in our native rulers. One side, Salbat Jung, he is a Nizam of Hyderabad by the French, and protection is by the whom? By the French itself. Another side, Chand Sahib becomes the Nawab of Carnatic with the help of whom? With the help of French. Okay, he becomes with the help of French, but French didn't appointed any of the commander for the protection of Chand Sahib. This made what it is that Robert Clive of English. Robert Clive of English. He attacks on the where? On the Chand Sahib. He attacks on the Chand Sahib in the sense Carnatic. Carnatic and Carnatic capital called Arcot. Carnatic capital called Arcot. On Arcot, it attack was been done where Chand Sahib was been defeated, arrested, and later killed. Robert Clive attacked on the Carnatic capital city called as Arcot, where Chand Sahib was defeated. He was arrested, defeated, and he was killed later. Okay, which caused what it is that now this shows what it is that as Carnatic Nawab Chand Sahib, who is now killed, now no one is the Nawab of the Carnatic, and because he has been now defeated, Chand Sahib is defeated, no one is on the way on even on the Carnatic, which gave the opportunity to the whom? To the English to take the place called as a Carnatic. Carnatic, not official, not as an official, non-officially. He took the place called as a Carnatic and made new Nawab called Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali, the son of Anwaruddin. The son of Anwaruddin. In this way, what we have seen that Carnatic, which made that English as well as French, both of them signed a treaty. Hebrew, both of them, they went with a treaty, and the treaty was called as a Treaty of Pondicherry. Treaty of Pondicherry was been signed and peace was maintained. French remained powerful in the Hyderabad. English remained powerful in the Carnatic. I will repeat in a very small form. Salbat Jung was made Nizam of Hyderabad by the French. To protect him, Bushi, a French commander, was being appointed, and another side, Chand Sahib, who becomes the Nawab of Carnatic, with the help of whom? With the help of French. Robert Clive of English attacks on the Carnatic capital place called as Arcot, where Chand Sahib was been defeated, he was been arrested, and later he was been killed, which made that English appoints and makes new Nawab the son of Anwaruddin called as Muhammad Ali. Now one side on the Hyderabad, Salbat Jung is a ruler who is called as a Nizam of Hyderabad, and another side Muhammad Ali who is called as a Nawab of Carnatic War. With this clash, it finished with the English and French who signed Treaty of Pondicherry. According to that, Hyderabad, French remained powerful in Hyderabad and English remained powerful in Carnatic. Okay, so this was about Second Carnatic War. Let us go with the which one? With the last Carnatic War, which was fought between the English as well as the French. Between English as well as the French. This is the Third Carnatic War. Okay, dear student, this shows what it is that in the First Carnatic War and in the Second Carnatic, almost English is on upper hand. Okay, now let us see in the Third Carnatic War. Let us see in the Third Carnatic War how the supremacy of the French comes to an end. Okay, now here it is. The Third Carnatic War, 1756 to 1763. Now, French sends Count de Lally. French sends Count de Lally to the country called as India. As soon Count de Lally comes to the country called as India, he tried to besiege. He tried to take the place called as Vandewash. It's a fort. Okay, it's a fort. He tried to besiege the fort called as a Vandewash. And another side, Bussy. You might remember Bussy. He is the French military commander. Okay, Bussy versus, like how in the cricket match it has been said, versus between this and this. In this way, one side French commander, okay, C refers to commander Bussy. Okay, another side English, again commander called as a Sir Eyre Court. Okay, as I said, C refers to commander. He is an English commander. This is E, English, British. Sir Eyre Court, a commander of English. Bussy, commander of French. Now both of them, there we see the clash. Okay, so this indirectly or directly what it is that it's a clash between the French and between the English. And in this, Sir Eyre Court defeats whom? Bussy. So French has been defeated and he was arrested. He was taken captive. Another side, Count de Lally, this person, okay, he runs to Pondicherry. Who? Count de Lally runs to the way to the Pondicherry. Sir Eyre Court comes behind whom to capture whom? Count de Lally. Who? Sir Eyre Court. Okay, this arrow mark doesn't mean that Count de Lally ran to the Pondicherry. Sir Eyre Court ran to the Pondicherry. It was Count de Lally who ran to the way to the Pondicherry to hide himself, to secure himself, to hide himself. Okay, Sir Eyre Court ran, he bagged, he reached up to the Count de Lally, and Sir Eyre Court also what he did, he made Count de Lally to surrender. To what to do? To surrender. Surrender of Count de Lally was the surrender of the French supremacy from the country called as India. Bussy was been taken captive, he surrendered. So big leaders of the French, they surrendered themselves in front of whom? In front of the English. In front of whom? In front of English. Okay, and this treaty ended with the Treaty of Paris. The peace between the English and French was established with the Treaty of Paris and the place called as Hyderabad. The place called as Hyderabad was given to whom? Given to the French by the whom? By the British. So once again I repeat, the Third Carnatic War, which fought in the 1756 to 63, Count de Lally, who came to besiege the fort called as Vandivash, another side the French commander called as a Bussy and English commander called Sir Eyrecourt. They clashed. There was a fight, and in this fight, Bussy was being defeated. Okay, defeat of the Bussy, and another side Count de Lally, who runs to the way to the Pondicherry and hides. But in the meantime, Sir Eyrecourt reaches. Count de Lally also surrenders. The surrender of Count de Lally was the surrender of French supremacy from the country called as India. Treaty of Paris was been signed, and according to that, peace was been maintained, and English restricted the French to the place called as Hyderabad. In this way, three Carnatic wars, which was been fought between the British and between the French, at last after the end of the Third Carnatic War, we can understand that French lost all its bases from the country called as India, except Hyderabad and few more places like Kasim Bajar, Mahe, Karikal, Chandranagar. Okay, leaving those all places, rest all went under the hands of whom? Under the hands of the English. In this way, from the 1746 to up to 63, near 10 to 15 years, almost he ended the supremacy of the French. And another side, nor Portuguese could able to stand in front of the British, nor the Dutch were being able to stand in front of British, and the big competitor French could not able to stand in front of the British. This ended the three Carnatic War and supremacy of the English in the southern part of India. So dear students, hope you have understood this topic. Now in my next class, I will come with two more interesting topic. Again, it's related to the war, one about Battle of Plassey and one other about the Battle of Buxar. Let us learn in our next session and go on watching my YouTube channel and make like as well as subscribe and comment if more anything information is been needed to you. Thank you very much.